Yeah, Navarre Raiders, stand up. Get on your feet, mad child, baby. You know, who wanna rumble with the Raiders? Let's go, yeah, let's go. Navarre Raiders, get up, let's go. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on, you don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Hey, yo, it's lights out. Whenever they turn the lights on, enough with the talking, baby boy, the fight's on. You wanna rumble with the Raiders? Listen, it's nothing, baby, we running through you haters. And you can hate us, cause we keep chips on our shoulder. You know why we the best, but now we gotta show you. Listen, better watch how you approach us. Y'all bugs to us and we'll stump you cockroaches. Simple and plain, quit is what you should really do. Put your game face on, it's about to get physical. This here's a game of strength, patience, determination. And you can never win if you lacking the motivation. And now you heard it from the source. Losing is not an option, you can hear it in our voice. We only play this game to win, and we gon' put it on the line every time and every chance we get. Cause we may never get this chance again. So when you rumble with the Raiders, understand you on the field with men. Why play if you ain't playing to win? You just wasting the Raiders' time. Listen, shall I say it again? Yeah, you don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. You wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on. Rumble with the Raiders. You don't wanna rumble with the Raiders. Yes, you wanna rumble with the Raiders. Come on.
Welcome to IrishBillSports.com. This is Irish Bill with Bob Grant. Welcome, Bob.
Good to be here.
Week number 2.
Week 2.
Off to a good start last week with the 28-21 victory. We're back at Bennett C. Russell Stadium for the end of the 2-game homestand. And we'll be on the road the next 3 weeks as we go to Milton next week. Then we head off to Tallahassee for a Thursday night against Lincoln. Then the following week we'll be out at Pine Forest. It should be a pretty good stretch right there amongst those 3 teams. Coming in this game, 1-0, as I said. Pace coming in at 0-1. They lost a tough one at home last week to Choctaw, led by a Navarre transfer quarterback, Ezra McKinney. A 29-13 win on the road for the Indians.
Yep, and I understand that was the 693rd game Choctaw's played in its history. So if you do the math, over 50 years, got to be.
Ezra is a younger brother of Sage that played at Navarre and then transferred to Choctaw for his senior year to play basketball at Choctaw. And Ezra followed the same path to play basketball and football at Choctaw. And hopefully they'll turn that program because they had kind of a rough year last year.
Yeah, they sure did. And Choctaw's 1-0. Their crosstown rivals, Fort Walton, won on the road against Arnold, I believe.
Yeah, they're 2-0 now.
2-0, and you picked Fort Walton.
I did.
On your show, Wednesday
I did not
show.
pick the Vernon upset over Rutherford last night, though. Vernon walked all over Rutherford last night, 42-18.
Wow.
At Rutherford. So another 1A school goes on the road and takes out a 4A school for the second consecutive week.
Yeah, I guess in high school terms that'd be similar to Appalachian State beating Michigan a few years back?
Pretty much. It would be like Navarre losing to a 2A or 3A team, which would be we don't have too many of those around here. That'd be like Navarre losing to Rocky Bayou.
Yeah, okay.
But we're here at beautiful. I mean, the weather is just spectacular. The sun is starting to go down behind us to the west. We're up on the roof again because I'm kind of getting to like it up here, Bob.
Up on the rooftop with just like St. Nick. It is now. I don't know. Toward the end of the season, when we got the sun going down and 30-degree temperatures with the wind blowing, I may want a space heater up here. Or
yeah, we may, because if this bandwidth stays this good, we're staying up on the roof.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we'll definitely be up here for the Niceville game because there's TV for that game as well.
Wow.
So our next game will be up on the roof. Depending on, well, we don't have any choice. We'll have to come up with something if we have poor weather. But the Raiders coming in, they're wearing their different uniform set tonight. They're wearing their gray pants, charcoal gray as I call them, or onyx or whatever you want. And then they're going with the maroon top with black numbers outlined in white.
Yeah, looks good. Broadcasters like that when they can see numbers.
Most definitely. And I was look back, I just got the defensive stats from Coach Walls yesterday. And we had a couple of players that had some pretty good games last week. And we were right on our selection as defensive player of the game. He did not have the most tackles. He had 9, but he had 7 quarterback hurries. When's the last time you've seen a guy with 7 quarterback hurries in one game?
That means he's beaten his man, whether they're single teaming him or double teaming him on the offensive line. And I think he led Navarre last year in total tackles, if I am not mistaken.
But Jeffrey Maddox led the way with 12 tackles last week from his linebacker position. We're going to tell a little story about what happened to Jeffrey this summer. He was in a car accident with his mom, and he actually lost use of his legs. He was in the hospital for like a week time frame, and all of a sudden, all he said was, I kept praying, and I got my strength back in my legs. It was a lot coming back into practice. Getting ready and getting back in game shape. But what a great game. 12 tackles last week, and he had 4 big hits. Another big game from Mecky Domino had 9 tackles last week as well. Him and Grady both had 6 solos and 3 assists. Devin Wright, the sophomore, had 6 tackles. Xavier Thomas and Jaden Rivera with 5. I like that Jaden Rivera kid right in the middle, number 15.
Yep.
And then you had Connor Eastwood, Bailey Houston, and Kobe Johnson with 4 each. Trent Hall, Sebastian Melendez, another sophomore, and Matthew Pointer with 3 each. 2 each from Nate Herring, Zach Marquise, Jabari Mitchell, and Jordan Moon. 1 each from Chavez Moon, Schultz, Penton. The kicker even got in on a tackle last week.
You don't want your kicker getting in on tackles. That's usually not a good sign.
I'll tell you a little story on that. Last year when my son was playing at Soldier Field, he had to make a tackle on a kickoff. The tackle was clean. When it came down, he hit his head on the turf, and it bounced off the turf. He got whiplash, got his first concussion, and he was out for 2 weeks. But so that was his first one. That was a different experience for him. But a great game by another sophomore. He started the game with a fumble recovery. He finished it with an interception. That was Trent Hall.
Right.
So that was the Raiders' defense. They held Gulf Breeze to just a little over 100 yards rushing and not very much through the air. They only gave up 9 of 19 passing for 68 yards through the air. On the offense, Marlon Courtney is adding to his ever-present stats here at Navarre High. He's moving to 4th all-time in the career passing yards. I even pulled up my little stat sheet for tonight. Marlon's up to 2,599 yards in 4th place, and that's only in you see, they went 11-2 last year, so 14 games. He's averaging about 200 yards a game.
That'll get you looked at by some schools if you keep it up at that pace.
And he's moved into 5th overall with career touchdown passes with 21. But he goes 10 for 15, 67%, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have 1 pick. On the ground, we were led by Jaden Antonio's 15 carries on 70 yards. Marlon Courtney pitched in 43 yards on 8 carries and 2 touchdowns. So Marlon accounted for all 4 of the Raider touchdowns last Friday night. Gabe Davis, in his first time in the backfield, 4 carries, 27 yards. Isaiah Miller, transfer in from Texas, 4 carries, 18 yards. Jabari Mitchell, 2 for 14, and Trent Hall, 1 for 7. Receiving, Tyler England, 3 for 74 in his score. That's his 7th career touchdown receiving. Jane Antonio with 2 catches for 56 yards and a touchdown. Xavier Thomas with 3 for 36. Bailey Houston 1 for 8. And the kicking game, England averaged 38 yards per kick on 3 punts with some not so nice snaps.
Right.
Penton 4 for 4, perfect with a tackle, 5 kickoffs, averaging just a shade under 53 yards a kickoff. And they converted 21 first downs last Friday night, but only 1 of 5 on third down conversions, only 20%. So we'll have to work on that this week, Bob. Yeah. 350 yards of total offense.
Yeah, I think head coaches want on third down conversions somewhere around 50%, and they're happy.
Well, the Raiders, I know, were about 48% last year, if I remember right. But what was the impressive part last year with Navarre defense? They only allowed 18% third down conversions on the season.
Good Lord.
That's pretty darn impressive, isn't it?
It sure is. And if you're Jay Walls, what things would you want to work on from last week to this week?
Well, one thing I noticed, and you probably agree with me, was the tackling. The tackling, we gave up a lot of extra yards after contact with the quarterback and with Trevor Nelson. Not taking any away from the game that Nelson had because he ran hard all night long.
Yep.
And but the Raiders got to do a little bit better on tackling, and I look for on the kickoff returns to keep their hands to themselves.
Yes, that hurt us a couple times last week. Sure did.
Gabe Davis had 2 big returns out over the 50 that were brought back and put back inside the 20 because of blocks in the back. And that just hurts you. That's about 30, 35 yards change in field position.
Oh, easy, and very easy, and momentum, which is, one of those intangibles.
Well, that sun is going down. It's starting to feel pretty good up here, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Last week, wow, it was, you wring our shirts out in the parking lot.
We got our good friend Tim Keene on the camera again tonight. Good to see you, Tim. Another beautiful night here on the roof. We got to find a song up on. Is there a song
on the roof? Yeah.
Who sings that?
You asked me.
Let's do it. We'll go to commercial break and I'll do a search and we'll try to find the song.
Ask our friend Google.
Yeah, definitely. Then we're going to head out to commercial break so you can hear from our sponsors: Culver's, Ursula Householder, Express Professional Employment, University Lending Group, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, and Cruise Planners. This is Irish Bill and Bob Grant on irishbillsports.com. We are in the pregame about 20 minutes from kickoff here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. We'll be right back, folks.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy.
Grammarly can help.
Thank you, farmers.
This sentence
Welcome
is
to
grammatically
Delicious.
correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message, and the word choice is bland. Grammarly.
Up on the roof. Up on the roof.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs. Whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world, her 16 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free marketing analysis to see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are all behind you at the field or while you're watching at home.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planners Qualified Vacation Planner Judy Bruce today. She is a full-service agent ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at DandyLionsJourneyTravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com.
Ask and we deliver, Bob.
Oh, man, that is definitely you. Go away from the
That is going to, as long as we're up on the roof from now on, we're going to be playing that song every broadcast. We're just about, let's see, we're approaching 7:17 on this beautiful August 30th night here in 2019. Bob Grant and Irish Bill here up on the roof at Bennett C. Russell Stadium on top of the press box. And we're just about, say about 13 or 14 minutes to kickoff.
Yeah, Pace had Coach Lindsey all those years, and his son's over at Tate, I believe, as head coach, and I think they did face off one time before Coach Lindsey retired out of Pace High School, and head coach Kent Smith he didn't have shoes to, he had huge shoes to fill. The legend, Pace High School, always big, always brings a run game, always has solid position players, well coached, well disciplined, and so we'll see what the 2019 version of the Patriots is tonight.
Most definitely, Pace comes in 0-1. They lost to Choctaw at home last week, 29-13. They lost their number one receiver to injury for the whole season. Caleb Buckner, number 8 last year, if you remember him, was a solid receiver. Pace doesn't pass a lot, but when they did, they found number 8 quite often last year. Unfortunately, he's out for the season with an injury. Yeah, he is a senior,
and that's so sad to hear. Talent like that, and a playmaker for Pace's offense. They lost. Speaking of Tate, Coach Lindsey, they lost to Coach Lindsey in the kickoff classic for what that's worth, 13-7. And I think they played JV one half or freshman JV and then varsity second half. So, Pace has got a lot to prove, and the bullseye's certainly on Navarre's back. They're not in the same district this year, and so this is just for bragging rights, as they say.
Bragging rights tonight here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. The Raiders hold a 10-7 advantage. This is the 18th time these two teams will be playing. But Navarre, early on it was all Pace, 6-1, but it's kind of been all Navarre since then. And the Raiders hold a 10-7 advantage. We're coming up at the bottom of the hour. Kickoff 7:30 here on IrishBillSports.com. Hopefully, wherever you're at on the World Wide Web or in the world, we hope that you stay right where you're at and enjoy the show for the next 3 hours as Bob Grant and I will bring you Raider football on IrishBillSports.com. And getting ready to have our color guard come to the middle of the field. And when we do, we're going to turn it over to the national anthem of the Navarre Raider band down to our left. And the honor guard will be coming from the south end zone, standing right at about the top of the large uppercase A in the end zone. And we'll be rising here, and we'll let them approach to the center field where the big Raider flag stretches from the 45 to the 45. It is maroon, outlined in black and white, and a big Raider skull and crossbones in the middle here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. And we're going to turn it over to our field mic.
American flag, Cadet Ensign Logan Herring. Navy flag, Cadet Lieutenant Junior grade, LaKayla Trimmel. Left rifle, Cadet Lieutenant Dawson Scrapp.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Navarre Raider Marching Band with our national anthem. Another outstanding rendition of our national anthem by the Navarre Raider Marching Band. The Navy, actually they are Army now here at Navarre. I believe they changed over to Army, Junior ROTC.
I did not know that.
'Cause that looks like Army uniforms. They used to be, originally they were Air Force, and then they changed over to the Navy. And I'm not sure. I think we're just going to call them Junior ROTC. We'll let it go at that. Can't go wrong with that statement.
Right.
What another fine job as they march towards the south end zone. And here comes the rest of the Junior ROTC wearing their bright shirts. And what they do as the game goes on is every point that is scored by the Navarre Raiders, they go down in the end zone and do a push-up for every point scored.
We like them tired out at the end of the evening.
They do something like that up at as my wife's a Wisconsin alum, with Bucky Badger. They use multiple Bucky Badgers, though, throughout the game, because there's some games that they put up 60, 70 points. And I'm sure by that time Bucky is pretty worn out.
Thank you.
Well, the blue and gold of the ROTC students is Navy all the way. So
Okay, we are sticking with Navy then. I'm sorry. We are going with the Navy. Can't go wrong with either. And one thing I'd like to say out there is now, before we get this game going, for those out there that are not here, that are deployed or stationed somewhere else, our families not here, but our service members, our servicemen and women, thank you for your service. hopefully this is just a little something to help you get through your time away from home, and we'll do the best we can do to bring you a good show.
Amen. And thank you for your service as well. My son-in-law is in the middle of the Baltic Sea on the USS Gridley destroyer. Just made lieutenant commander. Very proud of Corey. And we thank him for his service. And all, this area from Pensacola, NAS, Whiting, Duke, Hurlburt, Eglin, all the way over to Tyndall. We're so blessed with the number of air bases and, of course, retirees.
But we appreciate you all stepping in wherever you're at, taking a few hours out of your weekend, this long Labor Day weekend. Hard to believe it's Labor Day weekend already.
Yeah, I'm ready for the temperatures to get down, a little bit cooler than this past week was, pretty brutal. 90s all day, heat index.
My biggest feedback person is my lovely bride sitting at home, and she tells me Gulf Breeze ROTC is Air Force. Navarre High has always been Navy. Thank you for that bit of information.
I think originally it was going to be Air Force, but they couldn't find an Air Force ROTC instructor as fast as Navarre wanted it. The Navy stepped in, of course, with Whiting just down the road, NAS. That's the story that I've been told by the administration.
Got to respond to our athletic director. Here comes our Raider captains. I will let you listen to them a little bit. And the Raiders captains for tonight, Grady Kelly, the junior defensive lineman and offensive lineman. Number 7 tonight. Liam Kelly didn't play last week. He transferred from Gulf Breeze. He played at Gulf Breeze last year. Number 3, Xavion Thomas. And number 25, Gabe Davis. For the Patriots, number 67, Lorenzo Nelson. Number 11, Chris Washington. And we'll get you number 66, Brady Shepard. And
Marlon Courtney.
looking at trying to find another.
Number 3, Xavion Thomas.
It is actually number 7 there. Unless that is. No, that is Marlon switched to number 7. Marlon switched to number 7 from number 1.
Okay. Maybe they didn't have a number 1 in maroon.
Not sure because he wore it last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But Marlon has switched to number 7, and I'm going to have to change that on my score sheet.
You know who might be listening tonight? Dante Wright's parents who are at the ball game. Dante makes his college debut tonight. Colorado State in Colorado.
They're playing in Denver tonight, Mile High Stadium, I believe. I may be wrong with that, but I know they are playing in Denver. And to me, there's only one stadium in Denver that's everybody knows about. That would be the home of the Denver Broncos. Navarre wins the toss, defers to the second half. And I believe they did so last week as well. They're very good at the toss over the last couple of years to get that all-important second half kickoff.
What did you always choose? Are you a heads guy or a tails guy?
I'm a tails guy.
Tails never fails.
Tails never fails.
All right. Never fails.
And the Raiders have won the toss, deferred to the second half. They are lining up in the back. Actually, they're huddling up back in the south end zone. As Pace is down in the north end zone. They're wearing their white jerseys, blue numbers with blue stripes on them, blue pants, and their red Pace helmet with the big He on the side of it, or they might have gone with the Patriot. I can't remember. They used to have just a P on the side
Correct.
of it.
Yep. Almost looks like you're watching the Florida Gators down there with that color scheme.
It is a little bit. Here they come out of the north tunnel, the north end zone, are the Pace Patriots from Santa Rosa County, up north a ways. About a 35-40-minute drive from here. The Raiders down here in the south end zone, getting pumped up, getting ready for this Santa Rosa County foe game. And your Navarre Raiders out of the south end zone. The NHS flag and the Raider flag being carried by our cheerleaders here on this night. Leading away, and we are just seconds away from kickoff here at Bennett C. Russell Stadium. Kickoff team, your kicker is Preston Penton, a junior. He registered 1 tackle last week in his very first start as a kicker at Navarre High.
So is your son out this week? Is he on concussion protocol?
No, that happened last year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They took pictures today. Their first game is next Saturday in Fort Valley State over in Georgia.
Okay.
It's about a 4.5, 5 hour drive from here.
Not bad.
Head over east on I-10 a little bit, then go up north into Georgia. Penton's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. Like Bob was saying just a few minutes ago, Dante Wright making his debut game for the Colorado State Rams tonight. His parents out there with them.
Yeah, and what a place to play.
Actually, I believe it's just his mom and his grandma and his sister.
Yeah, okay.
Because Damon is a coach on the Raider coaching staff, his dad. So Penton places the ball at the 40. 2 back deep for the Patriots. And we are underway as Penton puts toe on leather. Ball comes down at the 12-yard line. It's returnable with a nice return over the 25 and out to the 28-yard line by number 11, Chris Washington, with a nice little return.
Pace throughout the years had usually gone with a pro-style offense. And, again, run the ball, pound it, throw when you have to. As I mentioned before, see if this is what Pace does this year.
6 seconds off the clock. A new quarterback in there, I believe, is number 18, Brandon Miller. He's in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to their back, number 3. That would be Tyler Hunter. And he's going to lose a yard back to the 28.
Just a little off-tackle play. The Raiders smelled it out. The linebacker stepped up, forced the play a little bit more outside. Nice tackle by Navarre.
That's going to be a loss of 1 to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Patriots. In the shotgun, number 18, Brandon Miller. Tyler Hunter, his back to his right. A senior running back, rushed for 97 yards on 24 carries in his first game of the season. It's going to be a quick hitter to the outside, and he short arms it as he tried to find number 20, Tyler Strain.
Set up 3rd and about 11. That was very dangerous. The side judge was right on the call. Just, a yard difference. That could have been a fumble or a lateral.
3rd and 11 for the Patriots. The Raiders defense coming up strong here early on. We'll get you those names of those Raider defenders. 18's going to roll out. He's going to throw a little handoff, a quick handoff, delayed handoff, back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice.
Number 33 on the carry, which is Robert Bales, and he gets a gain of 1.
Nice push up front by the Raiders. The good penetration, stopping them for, as you mentioned, 1 yard.
Xavier Thomas back there, number 3, standing on his own 37, awaits the punt. It's a high punt, a beautiful punt. It's going to come down at the 28-yard line. Thomas is going to geek one to the right. Deke, not geek. And he's going to get out over the 35, out to the 38.
Don't be calling me names so early in the broadcast.
I'm sorry, Bob.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was a nice deke. You think deke, you think hockey, but fake to the right, got some positive yardage. Great field position by Navarre. See if they come out and pound the ball, take some time off the clock, wear down Pace. Pace not dressing out a whole lot of people, just like last week in Gulf Breeze.
Thomas brings Courtney brings out the offense. He's going to hand off on the jet sweep, but nowhere going for number 14, Trent Hall, and he's going to lose 2 yards back to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, they had a lot of success last week against Gulf Breeze on those jet sweeps, and Pace defensive end stayed home, held his block, shrugged off the block, made the tackle.
2nd and 12 for the Raiders from their 36. Courtney's going to go back. He's applied pressure. He's going to try and get out, and he's going to throw it away as he tries to find his receiver on the far side. It's going to be an incompleted pass. Clock will stop at 9:44. We'll catch up there, and I'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, the white hat initially thought that he was inside the hash marks when he threw that away. That would have been intentional grounding. He went up and saw where he actually planted, waved off the flag. 3rd down. That would have been a loss of down, too. So Raiders fortunate that flag was picked up. 3rd and 13, I believe.
Trips to the top of the screen. It's going to be offsides against Pace, so I'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that may change the play call here a little bit. Gulf Breeze had some hiccups last week on their defensive front.
Six encroachments penalties last week for Gulf Breeze.
And maybe it's something the quarterback is doing with his cadence that's befuddling them.
3rd and 7 for the Raiders. Courtney wearing number 7 tonight. That name made famous by one Michael Carter. Courtney gets a snap. He's getting good protection. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a receiver open. He's going to have a first down outside the 50, right at the midfield stripe. Tyler England with the catch. And it's going to be a 14-yard gain to England and a Raider first down.
Nice possession. Receiver there, Tyler is. If the ball's anywhere near him, he's going to catch it. Nice possession, nice yards after the catch.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. It's going to be handoff to Antonio. He breaks one tackle, gets into Pace territory down to the 46, a gain of 4.
And when you have active defensive linemen, sometimes the best plays are running right at them and doing a lot trapping and things like that. That was the case there. Set up very manageable play here.
Second and a long 6 for the Raiders as they're in Pace territory for the first time tonight on their initial drive. Courtney looks to the sideline, twins to the near side, single to the top. He's going to shift Antonio to the left, and he's going to be a nice tackle by number 15, Cody Lemke. That name may sound a little familiar. Cody started the season last year with Navarre. They end up moving up to Pace and transferred midseason and end up finishing the season up at Pace High School. No gain for Jaden on that carry, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Twins to the top, twins to the bottom for the Raiders. 3rd and 6. See if the Raiders can convert another 3rd down. They're 1 for 1 on the night so far. Courtney gets a snap, back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's got a receiver. It's going to be a Raider first down, still on his feet. Inside to 30 and down to the 29-yard line. And that would be Jabari Mitchell on the grab. A gain of 17 to Mitchell.
My apologies. He just found space in the zone, sat down, made sure he watched the ball in, Again, more yards after the catch.
First and 10 for the Raiders. It's going to be hand off to Antonio off the left tackle. Right beside his left side, you got Jeremiah Chavez Moon. And over there to left, Grady Kelly on the left side. On the right side, you have, actually at center, you have Dawson Higginbotham. Number 75, you have Nathan Dugan. And number 71, that would be Elijah Melendez. It's going to be a gain of 5 for Antonio. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. Courtney in the shotgun. Antonio to his right. Twins at the top of the screen. Single to the bottom. Gomez shifts. It's going to be a handoff to Antonio. Big gap. He's inside 20, 15, 10, 5. Raider touchdown from 25 yards out. And the Raiders are on the board first.
Nice seal block by the wide receiver. That might have been Tyler England on the play. Held the block just enough so the running back could get by. 6 points for the Raiders here.
At the 6:35 mark of the first quarter. Raiders on the board first. Penton in for the extra point here momentarily. Preston wearing number 29. 26-yard run by Antonio. His first rushing touchdown on the season. His second TD overall as he had a receiving touchdown. Actually, he's had the first touchdown in the first 2 games as he caught the 21-yard pass from Courtney last week to start the season.
Yeah, little trap play. The big Bubba's opened the hole, bounced it outside. 6 points for the Raiders. And he may be getting a few more carries in this ball game, I predict.
Raiders on the board first for the second consecutive game. Penton trying to put the ball up at the 45. Trying to get those kickers. You got to watch those kickers.
Yeah, you got to get all the extra yards you can.
Penton with the high end-over-end kick. It's going to come down and go out of bounds at the 8-yard line, so that will get Pace the ball at the 35.
Yeah, the up back almost touched that. That would have been curtains for Pace. Would have been put the ball down inside the 10. But as you mentioned, it did go out of bounds on the bounce. And so Pace, pretty good field position.
They'll move the ball out to the 35 with 6:38 on the clock here. And we are at the water break, and let's take a break along with them. With 6:38 to go here in the opening quarter, Navarre 7 and Pace 0. This Irish Bill with Bob Grant on irishbillsports.com. We'll be back after this break and a word from our sponsors.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Irish Bill and Bob Grant back here in the first quarter. 6:38 remaining, 7-0 Navarre. Pace first and 10 from their own 35. Junior Brandon Miller at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Tyler Hunter. Hunter's going to get back to line of scrimmage, maybe give him 1 on the carry.
Offensive line for Pace, very big, especially on the right-hand side, as they seem like every year they are. The athletes, but lately for Pace, just haven't been there as far as in the skill positions.
With the quick hit to always tough tight end, number 82, David Stickle. Looks like he is close to a Patriot first down.
Might be about a half a yard short from our angle. I mean, we're right on the 50.
It will be 3rd down and 1. Good eye there, Bob. 3rd and 1 for the Patriots. See if the Raiders front can make a stop here on 3rd and 1. Tried to draw him off sides with the quick. He's going to go under center real quick and get a Patriot first down out to the 47, a gain of 3.
May have been a fumble on the play. The Raider coaches think so. Nope, they called it, ruled the ball down by contact.
That's going to be Pace's first down of the night.
Brandon Miller, for the quarterback sneak, up the middle, just enough for a first down.
Update, Wisconsin over South Florida, 14-0. Ball on the ground, but Hunter's going to get on top of it.
Penalty flag on the play, thrown by the umpire.
Let me catch the clock back up here. Sorry about that. I'm still getting used to running this clock on blue frame, so bear with me, folks. We're at 5:11 here in the first quarter.
Holding against Pace.
So that's going to move him. That's going to move him back. And that'll be the second penalty of the night against Pace. For 15 yards. Move them back 10. They'll bring up 1st and 20. Not only do you almost turn the ball away, you have a holding penalty in the process.
Yeah, that happened so fast with the fumble and all, and then the hold. It's kind of bizarre.
Miller in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. And we got another penalty here on the near sideline. Maybe a Raider lined up. Nope. It's going to be a procedure call against Pace, so back him up 5 more.
Yeah, these early season mistakes can really hurt you. That's 15 yards in penalties, on the last 2 plays. And it's just a matter of lining up or moving when you've got the side judge right in front of you. Just a lot of, mental mistakes early here for Pace.
1st and 25, back to their 29. Miller back to pass. And he just throws it over the outstretched arms of his intended receiver out there on the far sideline. Now bring up 2nd and 25 on the incompleted pass.
I'd have been a receiver or a running back holding the block and then went on a delay out to the left side, and he was open. But as you mentioned, the pass overthrown.
Miller, 2nd and 25. He's going to keep it, but he's met by a host of Raiders in the backfield, and a loss back to the 27 on the initial hit by number 12 would be Connor Eastwood.
Yeah, I think that Navarre defensive staff, their game plan to be very active with their linebackers, stunting, causing headaches for the junior signal caller from Pace. And as you mentioned, that they filled the gap. There was nowhere to go.
-2 on the carry, and that's going to bring up 3rd and a long, 30 yards. Miller going to feel pressure, and he's going to get sacked all the way back to the 16. The initial pressure from number 27, Matthew Pointer. Then the rest of the Raiders finish him off. Grady Kelly and number 94. That's Paul Schultz.
Yeah, Raiders were in single coverage, brought up a corner on a blitz, surprised the quarterback. He almost fumbled that ball. 4th and, the early part of the drive was very promising, and now that 4th and forever.
Fourth and loss of 8 on that play. But a nice punt out of there into Raider territory. Back to the 42-yard line is where they'll take over with 3:10 on the clock.
40-plus yarder.
So an 8-yard sack.
Did your son punt any at all?
He did a little bit at JV. Octavian Moyer was the punter his senior year. But he punted on JV, and actually at JV year he had a 66-yard punt. First and 10 for the Raiders at their 42. A quick hitter to Tyler England, and he's going to get into pace territory after a gain of 9.
Yeah, slant was open that time. Found the crease. Again, nice possession. Receiver there, Tyler. One of the top receivers last year for Navarre.
41 receptions on the year. Only second in yardage behind Mr. Dante Wright. Going to let the clock catch up. We're actually at 2:35. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. A nice run by Gabe Davis. He's down inside the 40, down to the Patriot 36-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 12 and another Raider first down.
Trap play. Got the Patriots on a stunt. Nice offensive blocking there. Flag on the play. Probably going to be holding against Navarre, thrown by the umpire here.
And we're finally caught up on the clock at 2:17. 7-0 Navarre. Navarre driving, holding against Navarre. Their second penalty of the night.
You know, you're talking about your son going their first game on the road, Fort Valley State. Fort Valley is known for, do you know what they're known for?
Isn't it dressing? What am I thinking of?
School buses.
School buses. Okay.
Or
I did not know that.
Used to be.
Learn something new every day.
What that has to do with Navarre football, I don't know, but you just happen to mention Fort Valley State.
Courtney back to pass. He's going to throw a little screen, but that was probably a good idea to just let that one go because he was feeling pressure from the left side of the Patriot defense.
Yeah, the intended receiver got caught up in traffic, couldn't get away from the defenders nor his own linemen who were out there blocking.
And it's going to bring up second and let's call it 20.
Yep.
Actually, it's about second and 19, second and 18. Courtney looks over the sideline. Mr. Official from the near side calls timeout, and we have timeouts. Navarre. We'll be back after this short commercial break. 7-0 Navarre with 1:56 to go here in the opening quarter on IrishBillSports.com.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs. Whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world, her 16 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free marketing analysis to see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are all behind you at the field or while you're watching at home.
Back at Bennett C. Russell Stadium, second and 18 for Navarre. Courtney's going to roll out to his right. He's got a receiver wide open, and it's going to be brought in by Gabe Davis. And it's a Raider touchdown from 44 yards out.
Play fake. Pace came on the blitz, picked up by Navarre, lofted it out. There was nobody within 20 yards. Another 6 for Navarre.
44-yard touchdown pass from Marlon Courtney to Gabe Davis. And the Raiders back on the board at the 144 mark. Third touchdown pass of the season for Courtney. Penton in for the extra point. Kick is up. It's no good, off to the right. And the Raiders will remain 13-0 here, as the extra point is no good. At the 1:44 mark, the Raiders back on the board.
Yep. Navarre was late getting an extra player on the end on the extra point. That ate up the 40-second clock time, which we have this year in Florida high school football. And rather than calling a timeout, I think he rushed the kick a little bit, pushed it right, and we stand 13-0.
So 13 push-ups there for the ROTC, and 7 after the first one. So they already done 20 already here, and we're only about 10 minutes and 16 seconds into the ball game.
Yeah, we like that. Lots of push-ups, keep them healthy.
And the Raiders 13-0. Penton's kick's going to come down at the 7-yard line. It's going to be returned on a nice return. He found a gap, but not very long before the Raiders special teams meets him at the 28-yard line. Number 13, Jabari Mitchell.
Nice, sure, open field tackle there. You know, Pace is in a quandary here. You're down by 13, not getting much running game. Some of the pass plays, some of the routes that Pace has been running has been open. They may try to go to the air here in this next series.
Miller back in at quarterback. 1st and 10, Patriots from their own 28. It's going to be a handoff to Tyler Hunter, but he's met by a host of Raiders. Doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage and loses 1.
Tyler Hunter on the carry, number 3. I believe that was number 3, Xavier Thomas.
Xavier Thomas on the tackle. Miller into shotgun. He fumbles the snap. He should have just went down where he was at. And he's going to go all the way back to the 12. It's going to be a loss of 8. Actually, it's going to be a loss of about 14 on the mishandled snap.
Yeah, you remember last week, Gulf Breeze had some mental errors and things like, as you mentioned, offsides. Pace here is having a really awful first quarter. Let's be honest.
Minus 12 yards of offense.
Yeah, and we'll see it as we wind down in the first quarter. The second quarter would be different.
It's going to be handoff to Hunter. He's got a nice gain back over the 20. He gets the yardage lost on the last play. Back out to the 24-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 12 for Hunter. What Pace is known for is running right between the big guys, right up the middle and off tackle.
Reminds me of the old days of Notre Dame football.
And that's going to wind down, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Your end of first quarter score on IrishBillSports.com is Navarre 13 and Pace 0. We'll be back after this break.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Just gets the punt away as we start the second quarter. Xavier Thomas at his own 43. He's going to get a block actually, that was a good block. And another big block by Jeffrey Maddox out about the midfield stripe. And a nice return down to the 45. Let's call it the 44-yard line. Return of about 11 for Thomas.
Appears that Navarre's kind of come out with a little chip on their shoulder in the first quarter, taking advantage of errors like all good teams do. You take what your opponent gives you, but they've got a little chip on their shoulder here. They certainly would like.
First and 10 at the Patriot 44. It's going to be handoff to Antonio. He jumps to the outside. He's going to be nice try, but he's going to lose yardage back to the 48-yard line, a loss of 4. What's the old saying, Bob? Sometimes you just got to know when to go down.
Just know when to fold them.
Know when to hold them. We won't start singing. You don't want to hear Irish Bill sing. Second and 14 for the Raiders at the Patriot 48. Courtney looks to the sideline. Wearing number 7 tonight. Second and 14 for the Raiders at the Patriot 48-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to the right. Antonio is going to somehow score his way back, still on his feet. He should have just kept going. It looked like there was a face mask penalty there, but nothing was thrown.
Ran 50 yards and gained maybe 4.
He's got it back to the 45. He got 3 yards back to bring up 3rd and 11. 34 yards on 6 carries on the night. A big 26-yard touchdown run to get the scoring going. 3 to the top of the screen, single to the near side. England's to the near side. Trent Hall. Jabari Mitchell. Hall's going to go in motion. Courtney back to pass. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a receiver open, and he can't hold on to it as it goes out of bounds. His intended receiver was Jabari Mitchell.
He threaded that in there. There wasn't a whole lot of room for that ball to get in there. Appeared to be maybe some contact before the ball got to the receiver. No flag thrown, and England will punt for the first time.
The Raiders sending out their punting unit with 9:51 on the clock. We'll keep the clock running. We'll try and play catch up here. As I started a little bit late. Tyler England standing about his own 39-yard line, awaiting the snap. It's going to be a fake. It's a fake to number 15, Jaden Rivera. And it's going to be a Raider first down inside the 20, all the way down to the 16-yard line. Jaden Rivera on the fake punt.
A little bit of speed there to the outside. I think Pace smelled it but couldn't get the men in their proper position, and the young man just took off down the sideline.
They're at their 45. They're now down to the 18, so it's a gain of 27 for Rivera. And a Raider first down. First and 10 for Navarre at the Patriots 17-yard line. Give him actually 28 on the carry. And a Raider first down at the Patriots 17.
Yeah,
9:41 on the clock here in the second quarter.
I'm sorry. It was a good time to do it. Up 13-0 around the 50-yard line.
And Pace wasn't even expecting it. It's going to be a handoff to Antonio. He's going to get off left tackle and out of bounds at about the 14. Give him about, looks like about 3 or 4 yards there.
The speed of Navarre is just right now superior to Pace. Once they get to the corner and get a seal block by the wide receivers.
Going to give him 5 on that one, Bob. Second and a long 5 for the Raiders. It's going to be a handoff on the jet sweep inside the 10 and close to a Raider first down to the 6.
Instead of going wide like they typically do on the jet sweep, he cut it inside of the wide receiver's block instead of going toward the sideline, and that's where he got the extra yardage, and it is a first down, first and goal.
A gain from the 14 down to the 6, a gain of 8 for Trent Hall on the jet sweep. First and goal for the Raiders, right up the gut. I believe is that Isaiah Miller, number 38. That would be his first touchdown in a Raider uniform at the 9:07 mark.
It is just right up the middle, almost like just a trap draw.
6-yard touchdown run for Isaiah Miller. Transferred to Navarre in the summer from Texas. And he scores at the 9:07 mark.
Navarre is going to go for 2 here because of the missed point after touchdown last time.
Number 38 on the carry, Isaiah Miller.
Nope, they're going to go for 1.
He's in for the touchdown.
Penton with the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is through.
Kick is up, and it's good.
Getting a little ahead of myself. Gave him 2 touchdowns on that one. Stretch out the lead to 20-0 at the 9:07 mark. Of the second quarter, 20-0 Navarre.
Yeah, Navarre's come out really trying to prove that the close game last week, and again, Gulf Breeze was quite the competitor, was just an early season thing, and they've come out and right now the adjective that comes to mind is steamroll right now.
9 yards passing, minus 9 yards rushing for Pace. So they're at 0 yards right now through the first 15 minutes of the ball game. Penton with the kickoff from the 40. It's a high end over him. Kick is going to come down at the 5-yard line. It's returnable. And a nice return out over the 25. Still on his feet. Out to the 30. And by number 24, Darian Gilbert.
That was like the old golf term. It's not how you drive, it's how you arrive. That's why we play 4 quarters. Lots of cliches, but, early on, Navarre looks strong. We do play 4 quarters, and Pace certainly has a history, a great history and proud history of football, so I'm sure they're not going to just dial it in. They're going to keep fighting.
Sebastian Melendez with the special teams tackle. First and 10 for the Patriots from their own 30. It's going to be Miller on the keeper. He's going to get out over to the 32, a gain of 2.
When Gulf Breeze last week was successful, it was those play fakes and the belly series that froze the linebackers, and when the quarterback ran the ball, they were very successful. So, again, even though it was just 1 yard, something positive for Pace.
Second, and actually they only give him 1. Second and 9 for the Patriots from the 32-yard line. It's about actually at the 31. Miller in the shotgun, Hunter to his right in the backfield. Twins to the near side, single to the top. Miller back to pass. And it's going to be incomplete as he underthrew his receiver once again.
Yeah, just really a weird passing motion there. He was pressured a bit, did short arm it. Set up 3rd and 9 here for the Patriots.
8:09 on the clock here in the second quarter. Raiders with 176 yards of offense already. 85 through the air, 91 on the ground. Miller's going to, he rolled right into that defensive pressure from the right corner of Navarre, but he's going to lose yardage back to the 27, a loss of 4, and it will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it was just a reverse pivot. Kind of unusual to do on 3rd down. You've got a right-handed quarterback. If you're going to roll him out, you want to go to his right, but perhaps trying to fool Navarre a little bit. And but Navarre wasn't going for any kind of shenanigans. They were right there for the sure tackle.
Been impressed with this Pace punter so far tonight. He's put off a couple of boomers. That one not so boom. It was boomless. Going all the way back to pick that up is Tyler England for no return.
Number 2, Tyler England on the return.
And the Raiders going to have 1st and 10 from, let's see where they spot the ball, at the 31-yard line.
Absolutely, and the Raiders, I believe, did defer, so I know it's looking ahead, but they will receive the second half kickoff, or at least they'll be their choice.
Julie Prevet checking in. Thanks, Julie. One of our sponsors checking in, Ursula Householder. Thanks, Ursula, for all that you do for Raider Sports and IrishBillSports.com. Wisconsin up 21. A quick hitter to England. He's going to get out of bounds and stop the clock. He's going to get out to the, looks like about the 36-yard line, a gain of 5.
I did not catch any of the Clemson game last night. I was at our football game. Merrill Coast dropped one to Destin 25-8. I did not get to see any of the Clemson game. Their victory over Georgia Tech.
Second and 5 for the Raiders. It's going to be a handoff to Antonio out to the 39. He's going to get the ball out to the 39-yard line. It's going to bring a gain of 3 on that one. 3rd and 2 for the Raiders.
Number 28 for the Patriots, Cameron Brown.
3rd and 2. Courtney in the shotgun. Our next break in action will probably be the 6-minute water break here in the second quarter. Courtney's going to roll out. He's just going to try to incomplete as he just gets it away.
Good pressure by Pace, flushing him out of the pocket. He was smart enough to throw it out of bounds.
That's going to bring up 4th and 1 for the Raiders, about 1.5. Tyler England's going to stay in to punt the ball away. 21-0 Wisconsin over South Florida.
Yep, it's the hurry up and play 'em bowl before Dorian
decides where he's going to. Dorian it?
I don't know. Is it a shit? What? Another fake?
Another fake for the Raiders. Jaden Rivera is going to have a Raider first down. And Coach Wall's pulling out all the stops here.
You know, it's just one of those things. If you see it, you call it. See how the defense is set up, and Coach Smith of Pace has really got to be scratching his head, and not a whole lot of positives so far in the first half for Pace, and I think we're into another water break, and I've called into Calvary to try to bring us some water up here. We need a water break.
We definitely do. It's a little warm up here.
2019 Platinum sponsors Advanced Edge, Alfie's Family Restaurant.
But let's thank our sponsors again. Without them, we couldn't bring you exciting Raider action on IrishBillSports.com. Culver's, Ursula Householder, Express Professional Employment, University Lending Group, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, and Cruise Planners.
Ramsey and Walker Companies, Subway of Navarre,
Coming out of the water break.
and DR's Italian Restaurant. Thank you, Platinum sponsors.
First and 10 for the Raiders from their 47. Courtney back to pass. Tried to find Trent Hall sprinting down the middle. And there is there a flag back there?
No, but he had a whole bunch of his shirt, though. And that's why the wide receiver couldn't get to the ball. The back judge was right there. No call. Pretty good arm. I'm very impressed with the arm strength as we
Go it all the way. There's a personal foul penalty against Navarre back here.
You're talking about the other team's mamas or something, I think.
The 2019 Maroon Golf sponsor.
3 penalties on the night for Navarre for 30 yards.
Thank you, guys. Your 2019 Silver Golf.
Going to move it back a ways.
Navarre Plumbing and
Must have been a spot foul from
University Lending.
All the way back to the Navarre 26.
Stacy and Jennifer over there.
That's a
Mortgage Lending League.
about a 20-yard penalty. Quick hit here to the out to Tyler England. And he's going to get out over the 35 to the 37.
Number 2, Tyler England.
He's going to get 11 yards back.
Yeah, you got to be careful about giving the Navarre wide receivers too much cushion. They'll turn 5 yards into 15.
Third and actually that's second down. He's going to hit England again for a gain out over the 40 to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 to England. His 5th catch on the night already.
Wow.
Third and 14 for the Raiders from their own 43. 5:06 on the clock here in the second quarter. We're going to take a break and let you watch the Navarre Raider band, actually both bands at halftime. Enjoy. I believe Paces will be coming out as well, so you get to watch Paces band and the Navarre Raider marching band at halftime. Oh, he led him just a little too far, and it's going to bring up 4th down on the incompleted pass.
He and England have been hooking up, as you mentioned, 5 times. That was trying to be the 6th time. Probably if we were playing Canadian football and the field was a little wider, England might have caught that, but we're not. Let them, as you mentioned, just a little bit too much for the incomplete pass. Now Pace is going to say, okay, they haven't punted yet. They faked it twice in a row. They're going to do it again.
Well, 4th and 14, I would say not. And this is a shank. Looks like one of my tee shots off the first tee.
Roses are red and violets are blue. I play golf, but I don't hack it like you.
You got it, buddy.
I'm
20-0 Navarre with 4:31 on the clock here in the second quarter.
I stay with miniature golf, or we. That's.
We'll give him 20 yards on that punt.
Yeah. Best field position of the night, I believe, for Pace.
4:31 to halftime here. It's going to be a handoff to Hunter, but there is just nowhere to go up front. Number 96 on the tackle there.
You gave the nickname to the offensive line, the Big Bubbas. You may have to give a nickname to this front.
Let me think about that for a bit.
They have played outstanding. They're beating their linemen off. They're in the backfield even before the running back has the ball.
Grady Kelly.
Second and 12. Second and 11, long 11. Miller back to pass. He's got number 82, Stickle. It's going to get back to the line. Actually, it's going to be close to a first down on the pass. Out to the 49, depending where they spot it. Should be a pace first down at the 49 of their own. 11-yard completion to David Stickle for a Patriot first down.
Took 6 defenders for Navarre to take him down.
Patriots a first down.
May have been their first in the game.
And nothing going up front. Grady Kelly with amongst the defensive front 7 for Navarre doing their job tonight. A gain of 1 for Hunter.
You're from the Ohio area.
Indiana?
Indiana.
I'm a Hoosier, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you remember the Steel Curtains. That name's been taken.
That's taken. Miller on the keeper. He just pushes forward to the 44-yard line of Navarre, a gain of 6.
Why did I think you were from Ohio?
2:57 on the clock. Bill, you got to start the clock, okay? Third and 4 for the Patriots at the Raider 44.
This is the best drive so far by Pace, in this first half. Yardage-wise, they got their first down.
It's going to be Miller on the keeper and another Patriot first down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 for Miller and a Patriot first down.
Just waited out the blocks. Just straight quarterback run up the middle.
Bailey Houston on the tackle. Well, Raiders and Chips go together, and I'll think of something here. Just give me a few. Miller back to pass. He's got a receiver caught at the 26-yard line. Going to spot it right at the 25. To number 14 on the catch. That would be Peyton Taylor.
How about the Armada? The flotilla.
That's going to be a gain of 11. Taylor's first catch of the game.
First and 10 from the 25.
Miller with the handoff up the middle. And there's a Pace lineman down.
Appears to be 66 for Pace. Navarre calls timeout here.
Let me get the clock down here to 1:53 is where we stand. Now is a gain of 2 for Hunter. And we do have a timeout on the field of play. There's an injured Pace Patriot about the 27-yard line. Hopefully the young man's going to be okay. We're at 1:53 to go in the first half, 20-0 Navarre. 107 yards passing, 102 rushing for Navarre. A balanced attack here in the first half, as it was last week. 171 through the air, 179 on the ground. They've held Pace to 36 yards of offense in the first half.
You got to add those special teams yardage, too, on the fake punts.
Well, that's part of that goes into carries.
Okay.
That's 2 carries for 36 yards for Jaden Rivera.
Another Navarre youngster going to be showing his talents tomorrow. North Carolina. Tar Heels play South Carolina.
As we call them, South Kakalaka.
The Gamecocks.
The Gamecocks. He is up, and give him a hand as he walks off the field with a little bit of support. And the Patriots are coming back from the sideline.
It's like an ankle or a knee. He's not putting any weight on his right leg. That's offensive lineman, 66 for Pace.
1:53 on the clock here in the first half. 20-0 Navarre. Bob Grant and Irish Bill here on IrishBillSports.com. Week number 2 here in this 2019 season. And we'll be on the road the next 3 weeks. Milton, Lincoln, and Pine Forest.
We get to go to Lon Wise Stadium.
At Pine Forest?
Yeah.
And I know they have revamped the stadium over at Gene Cox Stadium over in Tallahassee. Brand new turf field. They have 5 teams playing on that field.
AstroTurf?
AstroTurf.
Wow. That's a city stadium, I think.
It is. It's down in the southern part of Tallahassee. 2nd and 8 for the Patriots at the Raider 22. It's going to be Miller on the keeper, but he's sacked before he can go anywhere else. And that is number 52, Grady Kelly. Raiders' third sack of the night. That's going to go back to the 27-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 4.
Quarterback draw there, read by Kelly. If Kelly's 170 pounds, I would be surprised.
Grady Kelly's about 260.
Is he really?
Yes, he is. He is a big young man. Miller back to pass on 3rd and long. He's going to roll out to his right, but he's feeling pressure. He has not much room to roam, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, a little shy of the line of scrimmage for no gain, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Pace only sent 3 out, which meant the Raiders, even if they played zone, they might have numbers on Pace. They had a spy on the quarterback, and a linebacker came up, made the sure tackle on the quarterback.
Halftime score, Wisconsin 28, South Florida 0. Down in Tampa tonight.
How about Colorado State? Do you have a score on
They
them?
start at 9.
8
Mountain Time. They're playing out in Denver tonight. The debut of Navarre Raider Dante Wright.
That's kind of Pac-12 hours there. Pac-12 Dave hours.
Yeah, Pac-12 after dark. But I believe that Colorado State is in the Mountain West.
Yes.
Colorado is now in the Pac-12.
They are.
They're setting up for a field goal. This Blake Bullock does have the leg to make this. This is a 3rd-year kicker for Pace. Number 55 lining up for a 43-yard field goal attempt.
Blocked.
Bad hold. It's going to be blocked. And the Raiders are going to take him down.
He lost his helmet.
The holder, and it was a snap was kind of mishandled. You can't put that really on Bullock. And he did all he could do to get it down. And Bullock kicked it right into his line. And it's going to be a block punt with 56 seconds on the clock here in the first half. A blocked field goal for the Raider defense. 20-0, 56 ticks on the clock. Pongan goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. But he's met there by number 28, Tyler Grimes, and number 49, Caleb Ward.
Yeah, they're down 20-0. You would see the secondary starting to take chances, filling holes and blitzing.
2nd and 8 for the Raiders. They blow the whistle. They'll stop the clock.
I think timeout Pace.
Pace is going to take a timeout. Each team has taken one timeout here in the first half. Going to run the clock down to 32. 32.8. So we can catch up a little bit. Our student section having a great time again tonight.
Sounds like it. The band, the band getting ready for their halftime performance. So no pep band songs to get the team and the fans going. The students took upon themselves to do their own cheering. They're having a good time.
Go online to andrewsinstitute.com for details and
2nd and 8, Courtney back to pass. He's got Tyler England out to the 49 and into, we're going to spot it right at the 49-yard line. And he's going to get out to the 49-yard line, a gain of 18 to England. And a Raider first down. It's going to be a quick hitter to England once again, down to the 42. A gain of 9.
They're going to get her that play one more time, and he's going to pump it and send Tyler Long on a hitch and go.
2nd and 1 for the Raiders, and we're going to have another timeout here for Navarre, I believe, with 20.8 left on the clock. We'll leave it right there. 7 catches in the first half for England for 73 yards. The Raider record is 13 catches. Back in 2007 by former head coach Scott Weaver, his son Chris.
Okay.
He had it against Patriots in the playoffs. They fell a little bit short that game, but he set the record in that game with 13 pass receptions.
I just knew it was Gatlin Casey, but
actually Gatlin didn't have too many big games. He had some good yardage games because he was a game breaker and had great hands. He went on to Lehigh, graduated from Lehigh, and went as a graduate, transferred and played an extra year at Middle Tennessee State for the Blue Raiders.
Under the coach Rick Stockstill, former Florida State quarterback.
2nd and 1 for the Raiders at the Patriot 42 as we're just 20 ticks away from halftime. 20-0 Navarre. Courtney in the shotgun. Back to pass. He's getting great pressure. And there is England once again. His little pitch and catch down to the 29. A gain of 12. A gain of 12 to England. His 8th catch of the half. First and 10 for Navarre. 15 ticks on the clock. Courtney back to pass. He's getting good. He's got a receiver wide open. And in. Trent Hall.
Wow.
Trent Hall with the touchdown reception. 29 yards out. And the Raiders on the board. Trent Hall's first touchdown as a Raider. From 29 yards out.
And as you mentioned, the Big Bubbas gave him excellent protection so he could air that out. And that's really got to be deflating for pace. Navarre going for the single point after touchdown. Navarre, of course, is going to get the ball back to start the second half.
Penn's kick is up and good. Navarre 27. And Pace still fighting to get on the board. Nice pass there from Courtney.
Once again, Caleb Smith, please come to the press box unless you want everybody to buy dinner on your clothes.
Fourth touchdown pass on the season for Courtney through the first 2 games. Right now in the first half, 11 of 16 for 175 yards and 2 scores.
Yeah, I don't know what you say at halftime if you're Coach Kent Smith. You know, we'll strap them up and do our best, I guess.
It's going to be a little dribble kick down to the 30. And Pace is going to run the clock out, and we're going to halftime. Your halftime score here on IrishBillSports.com. Navarre 27 and Pace 0. This is Bob Grant and Irish Bill. Enjoy the halftime band show as your Raiders lead at the half. We'll be right back for second half action in about 10 to 15 minutes.
It's time to watch the Patriots band.
Patriot band coming out. We'll stay on here until the bands come out, and then we'll take a break here at halftime.
2 great bands. Navarre headed up by Dean Barrow.
Standing off to our right here, up on the roof, Mr. Barrow.
He is. An outstanding band. Great. Had a great summer. Great group of band parents.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the pride of the red, white, and blue.
So let's move that camera in a little bit more down on the field.
Tonight, the pride of the red, white, and blue will present their 2019 program entitled One Way or Another.
Now we're going to take a break once the bands start up here, Bob.
Yeah.
Pace on the field first with their performance this evening. We're going to turn off our mics and let you enjoy our halftime festivities.
Drum Major Katie Hilliard, it's your band ready! Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the red, white, and blue! And that's the 2019 edition of the Pride of the Ring, White and Blue. Pace High School bands under the direction of Anthony De Niro and Philip McHale. And finally, a very special thank you goes out to Principal Steve Michelle and Superintendent Tim Brosnan for their continued support of the Pace High School band program.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Superintendent Tim Brosnan and Principal Ryan Miller, please welcome the Navarre Raider Band. Under the direction of Gene Barrow, the Raider Band is presenting their 2019 program Beyond the Forest Up. Their majors are Taylor McDonald and Stevie Wilson. Drum majors, Taylor McDonald and Sidney Lawson. Is your band ready?
most popular song. Hopefully you all enjoyed the halftime show. The Pace Patriot Band and the Navarre Raider Marching Band at the half. We're ready for second half action. 12-0. 12 minutes to go here as we're getting ready to start the third. Update from Niceville, 34-0 Niceville over Choctaw.
Wow.
But the big news there is quarterback Will Koch went down for an injury for the third straight season.
Oh, wow.
Don't know how serious it is, as I got an update from Pac-12 Dave, who's at the game tonight.
Yeah, and I think in the third quarter, Pine Forest is leading Tate 24-7. A little bit of a surprise there. And that's will be our opponent, 3 weeks?
3 weeks. Last I heard, the Escambia score was 6-0 Escambia over Crestview. I don't know what part of the game they're in. We'll see if we can get you an update there. But Marlon Courtney, 11 of 16 in the first half, 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. And on the ground, 104 yards rushing for the Raiders, led by 44 yards from Jaden Antonio on 9 carries. 8 first downs in the first half for Navarre, 3 for Pace. 3 penalties each in the first half. Bullock to be kicking off here to start the second half for the Pace Patriots. And we are getting ready to get the second half underway here on IrishBillSports.com. Bob Grant and Irish Bill with the call. It's going to be a kick down to the 1. It is returnable. He's going backwards. Not really where you want to go. It's going to be a return of about 8 yards out to the 10 by Gabe Davis. He's going to return it for 8 yards as the clock stops at 11:51.
Yeah, many times you want to go north and south on that. He must have ran 20 yards sideways for a short return. So this will be, if not the worst field position that Navarre has started with. They've been the beneficiaries of some pretty good field position in the first half. Let's see if they can continue their offensive successes against Pace.
Penalty against the Raiders. I'll back them up a little bit.
See if we can get a Scambia score here. 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 5-yard line.
Another Pensacola school, West Florida, I think, beat Crestview last year.
It's going to be a keeper by Courtney. He's got a lot of yardage over the 20, 25, 30, 35, out to the 38, a gain of 33 on the keeper by Marlon Courtney. And now get the Raiders off their doorstep.
He was very successful in the Gulf Breeze game on those keeper plays. And that's how they start design play, off tackle, good yardage.
First and 10, Navarre out at the 35, a gain of 30. Courtney back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield. 2 receivers, actually. It's going to be dropped. 2 receivers in the same spot. And it's going to fall incomplete. They both had their man beat. But it falls incomplete, Bob.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. Obviously, some kind of a busted play, a wrong route run. Somebody did it, a wrong route. And as you mentioned, it almost turned out great for Navarre.
.11:33 on the clock. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Raiders from their own 35. 3 to the near side, single to the top of the screen. Mitchell goes in motion from right to left. Courtney back to pass. He's feeling a lot of pressure, and he is going to go down on the corner blitz on the outside, on the far side. all the way back to the Raider 27, a loss of 8.
Yeah, when you're down by 27, you got to start taking chances. Wide receiver or the back's going to have to chip him. That was almost a blindside hit. That could have been disastrous.
So the Raiders' yards, they got out on 1st and 10 from their own 5. They're now drawn back closer to the 25-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 18 for the Raiders from their own 27. Courtney in the shotgun, twins to both sides. Courtney's getting great blocking from his teammates. And he's got a receiver at the 48-yard line of Crestview. Gabe Apongan on the reception at the 49. His first catch on the season.
It's one of those things where he had to wait on the pass, and he knew the corner was coming, or the free safety, and he was about to get rocked. Nice job hanging on to the football there, possession. Didn't fumble it.
24-yard gain. First and 10 Raiders at the Patriot. There's a handoff to Courtney, still on his feet. 40, 35, 30, still on his feet inside the 25 and knocked out of bounds at the 24-yard line. A 25-yard gain by Antonio. And another Raider first down.
I love his running. He keeps his legs going. Great downfield blocking again by Tyler England. I tell you, if there's a leading candidate for player of the game offensively, he might have my choice right now early in this third quarter.
And off to Antonio. Going to break one tackle and head into the end zone.
Little trap play.
I got a stomach cramp there.
Billy, you all right? Going to put you on IR?
No, it's not IR anymore. It's IL.
IL. Okay, not injured reserve, injured list.
24-yard run by Antonio. Bill just needed a few more liquids.
Please come to the press box and get your debit card.
And the extra point is good.
Your Raiders 34. Patriots 0.
I'm not sure I saw this one coming, but 34-0 here in the third quarter.
Broadcasters need to hydrate as well.
Well, listen, brother, I love you, but I'm not gonna massage the part of your body that was cramping. Okay, if a calf or an ankle, something, a forearm, I might help you out there, but I'm not massaging the stomach there. Your wife would run down here and probably hit me over the head with this water bottle.
Extra point by Penton is good, 34-0. Antonio with 49 yards rushing in that drive. The last 49.
Yeah, the big bubbas are opening holes tonight very well for the running backs.
Ball's going to get down to the 4. Nice defensive coverage by the special teams.
Number 13 again. He's been all over the place.
Number 13, Jabari Mitchell on the stop.
Jabari Mitchell on the coverage.
If we were broadcasting this game in Sweden, you would not have those cramps, I bet.
No, it'd be like 39 degrees and we would be inside. Tyler Hunter with the carry off right guard. He's going to get out to the 23. Not much running lanes open for the Patriots tonight, Bob.
Tackle made. Number 15.
Well, if the water goes down in the correct place, well, you and I are just, I don't know, we may have to call Andrews to come, Andrews Institute.
Colorado State and Colorado are in a weather delay.
Pass broken up.
Ball was tipped by the cornerback, almost picked off.
Where's that fourth down?
Fourth down for the Patriots coming up. With 8:37 on the clock.
Yeah, I can hear Dante now. I left Florida, who's having a hurricane, and I go to Denver, and we have a weather delay.
Yeah. They're supposed to kick off at 9 o'clock our time.
Gabe Davis back deep to receive the punt.
End over end punt. Not very high, not very long. Gabe Davis is going to field it out to 43. He's going to get into Patriot territory down to the 45-yard line. Return of 13 for.
Return of about 10 yards.
Well, Navarre definitely, had a mission coming to this game. It was really to dominate early and often, running the ball, throw when you have to, and they, really just dominated this game from the first whistle.
175 yards rushing, 199 passing, 374 yards of offense. The pace is 34.
Wow.
Courtney in the shotgun. Receivers twins to both sides. Going to throw a quick out to number 5. That looks like Tyler Martinez.
I like what Navarre's doing. You got to be careful about being either right-handed or left-handed. What I mean by that is running plays only in one area. I like what they do, going to the left side, quarterback throwing across his body for the completion.
There's a late flag coming in.
Look like a hold on Navarre. It's going to bring that run back.
Miller's got down to the. That's all for naught. Mark off 10 against Navarre.
Second or third holding penalty they've been caught with tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Second 10-yard penalty. 4 penalties on the night for 40 yards. It's going to back the ball back up to the 48 of pace. Davis in for Miller. Gabe Davis in for Isaiah Miller. Second and 13. Courtney back to pass. That's going to fall incomplete as he just tried to get rid of that one.
Yeah, you had a running back in the vicinity. Good pressure there by Pace. Your Irish have the night to themselves on Monday.
They do, Labor Day night.
Labor Day night, and that game is in Louisville, I think.
They head down to the town of Papa John.
Okay, Papa John's.
Louisville.
Yep.
And Muhammad Ali.
That is correct.
3rd and 13 for the Raiders from their pace 48-yard line. Courtney checks off, gets a new sign from the sideline. 3rd and 13. Officials waving their hands. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Navarre.
Probably lined up off sides. That's a mental error. I mean, the The head linesman's right there. All you got to do is line up with him. He'll help you get lined up, and you stick a helmet forward or something. And
3rd and 18 now, Bob.
Yeah, 3rd and 18. Definitely a passing situation here.
Courtney in the shotgun. He's getting pressure from the left. He's going to take off and run. He's got plenty of room. He needs a block from his receiver. He's going to get the yards back inside the 45, down to the 42. 12-yard keeper by Courtney. It's going to bring up 4th and 7. And the so-called punt team is coming back out.
They punted the ball the one time for 20 yards when he shanked that one. And the other 2 times they faked it. I'm not sure I've ever seen 2 fake punts in one game.
Well, we've seen 3 so far this year. 1 last week for Gulf Breeze.
That's right.
This one's a little bit better punt. He's going to try for the inside the 20, and he finds that. And let's see, it's about the 16, right at the 16-yard line, a 33-yard effective punt for Tyler England.
Around the 15-yard line.
And Pace is going to take over at the 6:54 mark here of the 3rd quarter, trailing 34-0.
As we wind down to the 3rd quarter, the thought comes into Jay Wall's head. I'm sure he doesn't know anything about what happened in Niceville. And injuries to your quarterback can happen anytime. It can happen in practice, etc. But
Escambia's up 20-0 on Crestview.
Wow. Where's that game at?
That's at Escambia. Hunter on the carry. He's going to gain 3 and bring up 2nd and 7. 10 carries for 18 yards for Tyler Hunter. Rough night running for him. 2nd and 7 for the Patriots at their own 18-yard line. Miller back to pass. It's a completed pass. Nice move by the receiver, but he comes right into the thick of the Raider defense. But he's going to have enough for a first down, a gain of 8.
Probably could have gotten more if he had jogged out just a little bit outside. Instead, he cut it up where the traffic was. And there may have been only one other player other than that gentleman that made the tackle for Navarre. I think it's time to wet your whistle again.
That was Key Hamilton. First name is Key. We're going to go to the water break. Let me fix the clock here. We're at 6:16 of the 3rd quarter. We're at the water break. And the delay of the Colorado State game has been delayed till 9:30.
Is that on ESPN?
That is on ESPN, channel 206 if you're a DirecTV user. The main ESPN.
Espen. You'd be a very good analyst, not an analyst, a play-by-play guy on ESPN.
I appreciate that.
I think so.
My wife tells me that all the time. I love doing my Raider football. Hunter on the carry on the handoff from Miller. But like I've said before, not much to go there, Bob.
Yeah, the Raiders, they've gone in and out of a 3-4, kind of a hybrid there, having a linebacker go down as a 4th lineman. But they've been getting great penetration. Their linebackers have been stunning, and their secondary has come up to and made big plays.
Miller back to pass. He's going to take off and run, and he's got a Patriot first down. Nice hard running by the junior quarterback, Brandon Miller.
Yeah, he took some big hits, though. What I was about to say earlier, toward the end of the 3rd quarter, beginning of the 4th quarter, do we see a backup quarterback for Navarre come in since, Navarre is up? And will the mercy rule come into play here?
Well, one more point in a 35 point running clock will ensue. We're down to 5:11 on the clock here in the third quarter. 34-0 Navarre. There was a penalty, a procedure call against the Patriots. They're going to move him back 5 yards. First penalty of the second half for Pace. First and 15 from their own, looks like about the 32, 33 yard line, 33. It's going to be a handoff to Hunter. Just not much up the middle against this Raider front seven.
No, you're playing extremely well. And, that they take a lot of pride in that, how much total yardage. They'd love to keep Pace under, 100 yards or 125 yards total offense in the game.
It's going to bring up second and about 13. Miller in the shotgun. Hunter to his left in the backfield. It's going to be Miller with a nice little play pass to his fullback coming out of the backfield. Number 33. And it's going to be a first down for the Patriots as they move the chains from the 33 on down to the 41 of Navarre. A gain of 26 to the fullback.
And fullback just went into the flat. As you mentioned, great play fake. Faked out the linebacker.
It's going to be Miller on the keeper off left tackle down to the 40. A gain of 2. Bailey Houston on the tackle. Your Raider defense, Grady Kelly, Paul Schultz. And to see who the right end is here. Logan Lee in at the corner. At one corner, Kobe Johnson over on the far side corner. It's going to be a quick hit, and it's going to be to the tight end, Stickle, once again, his third catch on the night. He's going to get down to the 35. It's going to get gain of 4 to Stickle. Third catch for 24 yards for Stickle.
I'm not sure they've ever tackled him yet.
He's a good-sized young man.
Yeah, he is. Good hands, good blocker.
3rd and 4 for the Patriots at the Raider 35. 2:54 on the clock.
Handoff up the middle. Stop for a short gain. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2.
Like they're going to be short. I wouldn't be surprised. Pace going to go for it here on 4th and 1. They've been successful with the quarterback run in the second half.
Tyler Hunter with 13 carries for 21 yards.
Let's hear it.
4th and a long one for the Patriots at the Raider 32. Let's see if the defense can step up here. It's going to be a keeper by Miller. No going as the Raider defense steps off the field.
Wow. And they run right against the heart of the Raider defense. I don't understand that, why they may want to try to go outside on the play. Nice job by the defense.
Since we're up on the roof and the defense playing, why don't we call them the roof rattlers?
The roof rattlers.
Nah, it's just throwing one out there. Just because I'm definitely bringing down the house.
Yeah, bringing down the house.
Raiders take over. Jason Deal in at quarterback. It's a handoff to Antoni. He's got a lot of yards. 50, 45, 40. He gets a block over his receiver. 20, 15, 10, 5. Raider touchdown. 67 yards. And there's a flag on the far sideline at the 32-yard line.
Holding on the wide receiver.
And it's going to come back all the way on the holding penalty against Navarre.
I mean, it happened. You see where the flag's thrown. It happened, right at the sticks there, right on as he went out. Going out for his pattern.
Had to be one of his receivers out there on the far side.
Right, because any other call the head linesman make is a dead ball foul.
Their third holding call on tonight. That's going to erase that beautiful electric run by Jaden Antonio. And it's going to bring the ball back.
After he catches his breath, you might want to try that play again. He simply outraced everyone.
Jason Deal, the backup in for Navarre. Getting some action here early on in the season.
Very valuable. You never know.
Jason, a quarterback and a wide receiver. It's going to be a handoff back and a loss of 1 on the play. Trying to see who the back is. See who the back is in there. Trying to see who that back is back there. Looks like Gabe Davis.
I believe it is.
Loses 1 on the carry. Nice tackling there by the Patriot defense.
Navarre thought it was a late hit.
And number 9 says, you're not going to do that to my teammate.
And so,
sometimes you just got to take one for the team, Bob.
Sometimes you got to take one for the team.
The Coach Walls is not having it.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Standing up for his teammate, but that could cost you later on in the season. So he's got to teach him a lesson right there.
Yep, you've got to. That's a mental mistake. He thought he was hit late, or his teammate was hit late. And it's second down and half the distance back to Pace, Florida.
And I let the clock run all the way. I'm going to need a clock guy. Second down and 32 for the Raiders. Down under a minute to play here in the third quarter. 34-0 Navarre. It's going to be a hand up right up the gut out to the 14. It's going to be a gain of 3 for Davis. And it'll bring up 4th and 29. They may just run out the clock here. Not even have to run off a play, as they have not even started the play clock. And they're just going to run out the clock here in the third quarter, and they'll be punting from the south end zone to start the fourth quarter, up 34-0. This Irish Bill and Bob Grant, we're going to take a commercial break. And at the end of 3, Navarre 34 and Pace 0. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Have you always wanted to just escape? How about a perfect cruise getaway? Or maybe an adventure to Europe or Hawaii? How about an all-inclusive resort? Then you need to call Cruise Planners Qualified Vacation Planner Judy Bruce today. She is a full-service agent ready to plan your escape. Enjoy dinner at sea, live entertainment, and fun activities. Visit exotic destinations, Alaska, Europe, Belize, all in the comfort of a cruise or land package. Cruise Planners is your land and cruise experts. Judy Bruce will plan your dream vacation. Cruise Planners offers great prices with all the extras. Ask about the military or senior discounts. Call Judy Bruce at 828-837-8399. Find her on Facebook at Judy Bruce Cruise Planners or online at dandelionsjourneytravel.com. Email judy.bruce@cruiseplanners.com.
Back for fourth quarter action here on IrishBillSports.com. Bob Grant and Irish Bill with the call here. The Raiders will be punting from their own goal line.
We were taking a look at the moon in that picture.
Fourth and a long 30 for the Raiders. The Raiders are standing at their own 1 yard line to put this ball into play. It's a line drive kick, and it's going to be picked up at the 43. A nice coverage by the Raiders special teams. Xavion Thomas with the tackle.
Yeah, nice one-on-one tackle there on special teams.
45-yard punt.
Yeah.
Brianna English. Natalia Garza. Sierra Graves Alexander.
Patriots offense comes back on the field.
Michaela.
Brandon Miller still in at quarterback. 42-0 Niceville over Choctaw. 42-0 Wisconsin over South Florida as well.
Caleb Leggett.
Miller's feeling pressure from the outside. He's going to tuck it and run out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 for Miller.
Fullback for Pace down on the ground.
Shelby Reddick.
You know, one thing you mentioned in the pregame when I asked you about what would you think that Navarre needs to improve on from game 1 and game 2, and I think we've seen it. It's been really sure tackling. The defensive coordinator doing a whole lot of stunts, and there's what you saw in the Gulf Breeze game. You think you were watching another team out there. If you were Payson watching the Gulf Breeze game and Navarre, you think it was a totally different Navarre team. Great sure tackling, and I'm sure
we got a recommendation from our listening audience for the name of our defensive front from former coach Scott Weaver. How about the Trenchman?
The Trenchman. I like that.
I think we're going to go with that for now, Scott. I like that. The Trenchman and the Big Bubbas.
Is he still in the area?
I'm not sure where he's living at right now. I think he's still he's either in Florida or he's in Alabama. Text me in, Scott, if let me know where you're residing these days.
Give it up for the cheerleaders.
Number 3 he's hobbling off there. He's hopping, so maybe an ankle, a sprained, hopefully just a slightly sprained ankle or something. I don't like to speculate on injuries, but I try to hope for the very least.
Exactly.
2nd and 8 for the Patriots from their own 37-yard line. Brandon Miller still in at quarterback. He's going to get the handoff to Tyler Hunter. He's got a nice gain into Raider territory. Down to the 44-yard line.
Number 3, Hunter on the carry.
It's going to be a gain of 21 on Tyler Hunter's longest run of the night from scrimmage.
Little off-tackle play.
Number 30, Filter.
As
Stop.
Navarre has a lot of backups in on offense, they also have a lot of backups in on defense as well, I believe.
Colorado State back in a weather delay. So we may not miss much of that game, Bob.
If anything.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. He's trying to look for Stickle. And nice coverage, but there's a flag at the 47-yard line with 10:51 on the clock.
Holding on the receiver on this side. The referees have been busy with the laundry, the penalty flags.
And that's going to back him up at least 10 yards.
That was on the line of scrimmage, so even as a spot foul from the line.
He's still in the Navarre area. He's coaching 10U softball at NYSA.
Well, we're at Culver's every Wednesday night. I mean, you're the host, but we could always we can always have him come in and reminisce.
That we could.
About the good old days.
The good old days with his son, Chris Weaver. Only a 5'6" receiver, but I tell you, that was one of the best route running receivers I've ever seen in my life was Chris Weaver. Only 5'6", and he had a great quarterback throwing him the ball, Austin Grimm. 1st and a long 20. He's trying to find a receiver down the far sideline. Great coverage here on the near side by Zach Marquise. That falls incomplete.
Yeah, when your dad's the coach, there's no taking off plays. It doesn't sound like he was the type of kid who would do it, but I know how it is being a teacher's kid.
Well, it's kind of interesting this year. Zach Marquise, the individual I just called, his older brother Brandon is now one of the assistant coaches on the Raider coaching staff.
Is that right?
2nd and a long 23. Miller back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's going to run out of the pocket. He's going to get enough yardage close to the first down marker, but he's going to be out at the 48-yard line. It's going to end up, he's back to the original first down marker minus a couple of yards. So a gain of 11 for Miller. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 13 for the Patriots at their 48-yard, at the Raider 48.
Really like that young man. He's a big kid, about 6'4" or so or taller, rangy kid. He's not giving up. He's still out there trying.
It's going to be caught down around the 40, down at the 41. A gain of 7 to Key Hamilton. The second catch of the night for 14 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Corner on the play for Navarre almost had the interception. Nice job by the wide receiver looking the ball into his hands, stepping out of bounds.
It's going to bring up 4th and 6 for the Patriots as they're working their way out of a 2nd and 23 hole.
Where you at, Raider Nation? 4th down and 5.
Miller back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's being chased out of there by number 70, and he's going to be taken down by a host, a Raider Trenchman. That's got a nice ring to it.
The Trenchman.
That Raider defense does it again.
That Trenchman.
Tackle made by number 70, Lucas Marvel.
Yeah, that defense doesn't put up 34 points. But by golly, they keep the other team from scoring 34 points, and they've done. It's going to be hard picking a defensive player of the game because, their whole defensive line has done an exceptional job tonight.
Jalen Wilson in a quarter running actually out at wide receiver on the far side. Jason Deal in at quarterback for the Raiders. Deal looking to pass, and it's off the intended receiver's hands, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Once again, Caleb Smith. If you would like your debit card, you might want to come up to the press box.
They're having lightning in Denver. That is the reason for the.
The drum line showing off down there.
And when you're in the mile high already, you don't want to take any chances.
It's going to be a handoff to Isaiah Miller, and the big guy who goes rumbling, stumbling across the midfield stripe and into pace territory down to the 49. A gain of 5 for the junior running back. Going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Navarre band member was being held upside down in drumming that last drumming part they just had. Kid held another drummer upside down and was drumming. So that happens when games are 34-0.
3rd and 5 for the Raiders. Mitchell goes in motion. It's going to be handoff to Miller. He's trying to inch forward towards that first down marker, but he's going to be about 3 yards short.
Isaiah Miller on the
That's going to bring up 4th down, and Tyler England coming out.
4th down for the Raiders.
Like I said, anybody out there, I do a Wednesday night show at Culver's. Starting at 7, we stop talking. And if you ever want to stop in at Culver's and join us, we'll put you on for a little bit. We'll talk some stories as we did this past Wednesday night. England standing on his own 40 when he lets this one go. It's a sliding catch at the 22-yard line. That kick up 27 yards, a line drive kick.
Yeah, something else. Damon Wright may be able to get home and watch his son on TV live rather than having to tape it or anything with that delay if they get to play.
Well, I got it taped already, so, but it doesn't sound like I'm going to need to back up and watch anything.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. The Raider defense looking to keep the shutout going.
Our Raiders.
Then we go back to Raiders. The old term from the Pirates of the Caribbean, parlay. The parlay boys. Parlay. Oh, that's party. Sorry.
Whistles and flags here.
Oh, my.
False start.
False start against the Patriots. That's going to move him back 5.
I believe our freshman and JV teams also won this week, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
our JV team won last night, 28-7 over Pace, and our freshmen followed suit, and they won 20-14 up at Pace last night. Miller back to pass. He's got a receiver downfield, but he overthrows him by about 3 yards.
A little bit more air under that. That might have been 6. Threw it more like a line drive. As you mentioned, he was open.
I mean, the receiver had distance behind the secondary. Logan Lee coming off the field. A little gimpy. Mitchell back in to replace him. Gabe Davis on the near side corner position. It's going to bring up 2nd and 15 for the Patriots from their 17. It's going to be Tyler Hunter, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 2.
Yeah, if Pace is going to get positive yardage, they're going to have to throw the ball. That, the only couple times that they've had success on the ground have been quarterback scrambles.
He's had 6 carries for negative yardage.
Yeah.
Third and 17 for the Patriots from their 15. Miller's going to take off and run, but he had kind of a spy right there in the middle of the line. He's going to get 3 yards, but that's going to bring up 4th and 14.
Nice tackle there. A lot of the second string players for Navarre are in the game.
Diana Santana.
As we're down to 6:57. Pace back to punt again.
Winston.
5th time tonight.
And co-captain Savannah Winston. Your head coach.
He dropped the ball. He's going to get the first
And
down.
he is going to get a first down, depending on the spot.
Be close. Very close.
It's going to be close.
Give it up for your Raider Jim's dance team.
He is going to be close to the spot. I think he might have it there, Bob.
Heads up play by the punter. Just to take off and run instead of just falling on the ball.
It wasn't a fake. He had to do what he could do. And all of the defense, special teams had kind of pushed back. So one of the Raiders' deep men had to come up and try and make a play. But it's right near the chain, the first down marker.
Yeah, that Navarre was definitely setting up for a return. And as you mentioned, their deep man had to come up and make the tackle. And if not, that might have been 6.
First down. Patriots.
He's going to get 15 yards. They give him the first down.
Thought they were going to measure it, but apparently not. Yes, they are.
That was the punter.
Well,
Oh, they are going to measure. It's going to be close. I think he's got it by about a half the football.
so you brought the chain guys halfway across the field, then you said it was a first down. Okay.
They said, we don't want you out here. Go home. Go home.
Go home. Really? Maybe across the street. That's our chain gang. That's our.
Okay.
That's our. The home team has the chain gang.
They are going to give him a first down. So 6:33 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. It's been all Navarre tonight, 34-0. Navarre with 400 yards of offense, Pace with 149. Most of that here in the second half.
Yep. Against second teamers.
Brandon Miller, the junior quarterback for Pace, hands off to Tyler Hunter. He's met right there at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be seeing numbers, black and maroon numbers in his sleep tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a gain of 1 for Hunter.
Tackle made by number 32, Brennan Payton.
A lot of folks in the ball game that normally might not see action except on special teams. You're getting valuable action. The person in front of them.
We will stay with Trenchman for now, but I'm going to give this some thought.
Okay.
For now, Scott, it is Trenchman. It's going to be a quick hitter out to Tyler Hunter. A gain of 5 to Hunter.
The lineman for the county. Clint Campbell song.
That's a good song.
Third down and 6 for the Patriots.
Third and 6. Miller in the shotgun. Hand off to Tyler Hunter. Nice little juke move, and he's going to be right down at the first down marker as he's sniffing the back end of that chain. And they're going to move the chain. Another first down for the Patriots.
He hit the hole really quick. Made a defender miss. Picked up the first down, I think.
The official on the far sideline said move the chains, but the Whitehead says no, not so fast, my friend. To pull my best Lee Corso impression.
Yeah. Not so fast, my friend.
How a man with as limited coaching ability as that man had at Indiana that he has turned into the success that he is now. Well, some people don't consider him a success. I do.
Oh, I do too.
But he was a very average or below average coach.
He coached some at Florida State, or he played at Florida State.
There goes another helmet. Players on the ground.
And he's got to come out for one play.
And that's Tyler Hunter going to have to come out after he gains 4 on that one, it looks like. He'll bring up 2nd and 6. Clock winds down to 4:56 here in the fourth quarter. I know I'm catching up on the clock on my computer screen. It's going to be 2nd and 6 as they bring Andre Hicks into the backfield for the first time tonight. And it's going to be Brandon Miller on the keeper and a bunch of Raiders. The Trenchman up front.
They were ready for that one. Short gain on the play.
Yeah, that young man's taking a pounding tonight.
3rd down and 5.
18 carries, 19 yards for the quarterback.
What remind me, what district is Pace in? Who?
They stayed
Milton?
in 6A
Okay.
with Milton and Gulf Breeze and Escambia and Washington
Yeah, that's
and
good.
Fort Walton Beach.
Fort Walton might have something to say about it in this district.
It's going to be Tyler Hunter back in after the sitting out a play with the helmet coming off. He's going to gain 2 out to the midfield stripe on his 19th carry. He is at 52 yards. 52 hard-fought yards for that young man.
Absolutely.
Number 27, Matthew Pointer on the stop. Brings up 4th down for the Patriots.
See if we got any more suggestions.
Let's go, Raider Nation, 4th down.
Now 10 o'clock kickoff. It's going to be Miller on the keeper, and he's going to get another Patriot first down to the 43, a gain of 7, and move to change for the Patriots.
Giving the Patriots another 1st down.
First and 10 pace at the Raider 43. We're down to 3:25 on the clock. Brandon Miller still in at quarterback for the Patriots. Looking to pass. He's got a receiver downfield. And it's just off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Key Hamilton. And it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact between the receiver and the defensive back that time. Easily could have been called interference. Navarre may have gotten away with one on that.
2nd and 10. We'll take a short break at the end of this game and come back for our players of the game and our final statistics. Brandon Miller in the shotgun. Tyler Hunter going to get the handoff. He's going to get down to the 40. It's going to be a gain of 3 for Hunter.
Gain of a few on the play. It's going to be a 3rd down and 7.
Clock down to 2:49.
So we're going to be in Milton next week.
Audio broadcast only next Friday night from Milton. Tyler Hunter nowhere to go. And the knee is down in the backfield. A loss of 4.
Blows the whistle dead. Blows the play dead, sorry.
They're going to move it all the way back to the 43-yard line. 2:15 on the clock.
I don't think he thought he was down. Still.
It's going to bring up 4th down now. 4th and
10.
A little over 10. Let's call it 4th and 10. Offense staying on the field at this point. Miller back to pass. Now almost intercepted by the Raider defense, and they will take over on downs.
Almost picked off by the Raiders.
I want to say thank you to a good friend of mine, Mike Hepner, listening to our broadcast. Mike, veteran himself, Air Force veteran. Thank you, Mike, for your kind comments, listening in.
Comes up big.
I finally caught up on the clock.
Mike makes his own home brew. Really good. Not that I partake in it, but I've understood it's really good.
It's going to be a keeper by Jason Deal, and he's going to take it to the house. He's going to take it to the house, folks. No! He gets caught from behind at the 6-yard line. A 51-yard run by the backup quarterback, Jason Deal, and it's first and goal, Navarre.
Yeah, when you bring in a backup, he's not Marlon. And so the plays narrow down from Navarre coaching staff what kind of plays you can do when you bring in backups because you don't have the athleticism as Marlon. Nice play fake there, and he got 51.
Nice keeper by Jason Deal. And it's going to be a Raider on the sweep, but he forgot something. He forgot the ball.
Wow.
Jabari Mitchell fumbles the ball away. And it's going to be recovered at the 9-yard line of Pace.
And the backup quarterback saying, why couldn't I run faster? I feel bad for him on the turnover because, well, he didn't commit the turnover, but very good drive there.
That's our only turnover of the night by either team.
Mm-hmm. Right.
As we're down to 119. Pace will take over on the fumble. First and 10 for the Patriots from their own, let's call it the 8-yard line. Miller going to distance tonight. Back to pass. He finds his receiver out over the 15, out to the 16-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 9, it looks like.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second down at 1.
Number 14 with the reception.
Pass falls incomplete.
Went back to the wide receiver.
And we're down to
Third down and 1.
48.5 seconds on the clock here. Third and 1 for the Patriots from their own, let's call it the 12-yard line, or actually the 17-yard line.
So Navarre opens up with Gulf Breeze, Pace, and Milton to start the season. Not district foes, once district foes, but playing for the county championship, so to speak.
Tyler Hunter is going to get the first down, but just barely, I believe.
Tackle made by the entire defense.
Actually, they're going to give him one, and it's going to be 4th and 1.
Just shy of the first down. We'll be at 4th down and 1.
Clock under 30. We'll start the clock again.
Whistles and flags.
Whistle on the play.
Nope, no flags. They call a timeout. 26.4 seconds remaining in the game. You know, last week was a late night with the TV game.
This one's moving right along. Only 9:55 right now.
Yep.
2 hour and 25 minutes. With a nice halftime show. Beautiful halftime show.
Absolutely.
Got to see the Pace and Navarre bands at halftime. Hopefully you enjoyed it at home as much as we did here. The Colorado game just got underway.
Okay. At 9 our time, huh?
9:50 was the kickoff.
Wow.
So it's going to be a late night for Irish Bill.
Late night for
I'm
Irish
staying
Bill.
up and watching
I am too.
Navarre Raider Dante Wright.
And, she had They have one son on the team, I believe.
Devin,
wide receiver and linebacker or defensive end.
Yeah, Devin Wright, sophomore, wearing number 99. So Dad stays here and coaches and watches Devin play. And Mom and Grandma and daughter go out, and sister go out to
Denver.
Out to Denver. It's going to be an incompleted pass. As we are down to 19.9.
We thank her for her sponsorship, she and Miss Gomez. They
Most
sponsor our show.
Most definitely. Jennifer and Stacy have been big supporters of mine on originally jockjive.com and now irishbillsports.com. And I appreciate all of my sponsors because without them, we wouldn't be here.
Nope, absolutely not. We'd be not up on the roof.
And it's going to be another incompleted pass with 14.8.
Third down and 10.
And it's going to bring up fourth down. I believe that Miss Stacy's mom's name is Sandy Zachary because Stacy's a big Gator girl. She loves her Gators. I don't know how much she enjoyed that game last week, but that was pretty ugly.
As I said on the Wednesday show, both teams should have lost, not just Miami.
It's going to be a handoff to Tyler Hunter. And right there on the corner is a Raider. Looks like Nate Herring on the tackle. It's going to be a gain of 2 for Hunter.
A shutout.
And a shutout for your Raiders. 27-0. We're going to take a commercial breaks, and then we'll be back for our stars of the game and our final statistics. Bob Grant and Irish Bill on irishbillsports.com. We'll be back after this break and a word from our sponsors.
Craig Culver of Culver's. Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Navarre Raider Sports is brought to you by Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, your local real estate connection. With Ursula, you got a positive, helpful partner for buying or selling a home. Ursula can help with all of your real estate needs. Whether in the Florida Panhandle or around the world, her 16 years experience in real estate will work for you with innovative marketing strategies. Thinking about selling your home? Call Ursula for a free marketing analysis to see if you qualify for one of the incentive programs. Call or text 850-642-5711. Email ursula.householder@floridamoves.com or go to householderhomes.com. Go Raiders! Your fans are all behind you at the field or while you're watching at home.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Whether they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day.
And from the top of the roof, this has been Bob Grant and Irish Bill on IrishBillSports.com, where you saw another Raiders victory to start the 2019 season, a whitewash 34-0 of the Patriots. Bob, let's go on over to the stats from this game tonight. The Raiders had it all going. Finishing on the night, 14 of 21 for 204 yards and 2 touchdowns for Marlon Courtney, 32 yards on 4 carries for the senior quarterback before he was taken out in the fourth quarter, actually late in the third quarter for backup Jason Deal. Jason Deal with one of the most exciting runs of the night.
Right.
If he had just a little bit more oomph, he would have got that ball in the end zone, and then the clock would have just ran out because it would have been a 35-point-plus lead.
Yeah, and Marlon, most of his stats came in the first half.
And then we go to Jaden Antonio at 93 yards on 11 carries and 2 touchdowns, and he is our running back of the game. 244 yards rushing, 204 yards passing, 448 yards of total offense. And the Raiders held the Patriots to 184 yards of total offense.
A lot of that, as we would say, in garbage time in the second half with reserves in. But they maintained a shutout, and I think that is always a goal of the defensive staff, the defensive players. And, wow, if you'd have said at the beginning of the season Navarre was going to score 30-plus points on pace, I'd have said, you're smoking the wacky weed or something.
And the way it looked in the first half, the way Tyler England was going, he was looking at possibly breaking a Navarre record, but no catches for Tyler in the second half. Mm-hmm. And he finished the night with 85 yards on 8 catches and didn't find the end zone tonight, but 4 other Raiders did.
Yeah, and it's been running back by committee. Coach Wall's got to be very pleased. He can put any kind of combination of running backs in, and they've been real successful. And so what's the common denominator? It's the big bubbas up front opening the holes.
The big bubbas.
Yep.
And, wow, what a night. There's so many offensive weapons that we can pick for our but I'm going to go out on a limb here. You may or may not like this, but I'm going to go with our Trenchman as our Ian Lockwood player of the game.
The Trenchman, all of them.
Our front 7 on defense for Navarre is our Ian Lockwood players of the game.
Yeah, they certainly, they set the tone early and often, and just a smash mouth all the way through, and they did a great job.
Our offensive player of the game has to go to Marlon Courtney. What a night he had for the second consecutive week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now we're going to have to pick a defensive player. Gosh, there's so many that we could choose from. And from anyone on that front 7 could have, wow, it's just, why don't we combine the defense and the Ian Lockwood together tonight and just make it the Trenchman as our defensive and our Ian Lockwood player of the game, unless you have someone in mind.
No, I don't. I totally agree, because they really did set the tone in the game and dominated. No, they didn't. Again, they didn't score the 34 points, but they gave through field position and fourth down stops and open field tackles. Navarre certainly tackled a whole lot better than they did than against Gulf Breeze. Not whatsoever. I totally agree. The Trenchman get my vote.
Okay, now we're going to have to pick a special teams player of the game, and
How about the up back and the punt formation that got the 2 fake runs?
That would be Jaden Rivera. Good call. I like that.
Yeah.
Special teams runs there by Jaden Rivera, our special teams player of the game.
I mean, I don't know exactly how you sketch it up because you just got to see where the opposing special teams lines up, which direction you're going to run. Sometimes it's just run like heck, but both times he found the outside and got first downs too. Key first downs, keeping drives alive.
So Jaden Rivera, our special teams player of the game. So your Ian Lockwood player of the game and the defensive player of the game goes to the Trenchman, the front seven.
Agreed.
For the Raiders. Your offensive player of the game goes to Marlon Courtney, and your special teams player of the game goes to Jaden Rivera. And
absolutely.
Another solid night here, a beautiful night, a little warm on the warm side. Luckily, he was able to go down and get some refreshments at halftime because my stomach was, as you saw, I had to stand up. I was in a little bit of pain there. I bought it, but I took one for the team.
Yeah,
I stuck it out. I didn't leave the field to play.
You didn't?
And I hung in there. And we
Mrs.
saw
Hamill,
another.
I didn't rub his stomach or anything like that. Didn't want any, what do they call that in high school? You're not allowed to hold hands. PD.
Yeah, PDA.
Yeah.
Personal display of affection or something like that.
I didn't rub your belly or anything like that. But, yeah.
Good things happen, though. But
absolutely.
34-0, Navarre prevails at home. The next 3 weeks are going to be on the road. Next week at Milton will be an audio broadcast only. Then the following Thursday, we'll be hitting the road to Tallahassee for the first time in quite a while. The last time that we headed over there, I think, is when we played Wakulla, when Felipe Franks was a junior at Wakulla High School. Then they came back the next year and played us over here. A great game, 42-41 in overtime. The Raiders scored late. They got a celebration penalty at the end of that play. So they had a 35-yard extra point, and the kicker, it was a line, is one of these sideways balls across the goalpost, went to overtime. The Raiders scored first. Wakulla came back and scored. They tried to go, the War Eagles, which is Wakulla, tried to go for two, and Felipe Franks, and they stopped him at about the 1.5-yard line, and the Raiders held off for that 42-41 victory. That was the last time that the Raiders were over in Tallahassee. I'm trying to remember what the first year it was, but nonetheless, we'll be venturing back to Tallahassee twice this year, and then we'll be in 3 weeks. We'll be at Pine Forest.
Now, the first Tallahassee game, that's a Thursday game?
Thursday night game, September 12th.
Okay.
And Bob and I will be heading over there. I have a cameraman already over there that lives in Tallahassee.
Wow.
A guy I met through Twitter and sports that I do. And so he's going to do both the Lincoln and Leon games for me over there in Tallahassee.
Good.
So I don't have to worry about a camera person over there. So he will be joining us over there. Any final thoughts coming out of this game, Bob?
No, it's hard to improve on tonight. I mean, in the film room, Coach Walls and his staff, you want to improve. You got a Milton team that played Niceville in the their kickoff classic. Pretty tough type thing. So you can't get distracted. You got to focus, because the following week is a district game. Your first is it Lincoln?
Lincoln is our first district game,
and you on the road, and you got to focus. And it's so easy to not focus. But so we're 2/3 of the way of winning the county championship. But of course, Jay Walls, he's got his sights on the district championship.
Most definitely, bigger things ahead as Coach Walls achieves his 72nd victory in 89 games, and quite a feat for Coach Jay Walls. But he will tell you he is a humble man, and he will tell you that he has had a great group of young men to coach over the years, and he would also give his assistants the credit for all the hard work that they do in practice and throughout the summers and with weightlifting and everything throughout the year. But the Raiders prevail on this night, 34-0. We finish up here on the roof, and we're going to go out up out on the roof. Hopefully you've enjoyed this broadcast on IrishBillSports.com. For Bob Grant and Irish Bill, as the dust settles on the field of play, we saw the Raiders prevail 34-0. And until next Friday night, from Milton, this is Irish Bill signing off, and we'll be heading out.